This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, so Tyson Fury has spoken to the Mail Sport, where he was speaking about, firstly, the postponement of the Deontay Wilder third fight, which is supposed to happen this weekend on July the 24th. Now it's been changed to October the 9th. Still in Las Vegas, still at the T-Mobile Arena, all that kind of good stuff. And of course, he's speaking about why it was postponed, obviously because he caught a C19, and of course taking pictures with fans. Anyway, let's go straight into Tyson Fury's statement, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat about it. So click that subscribe button right now, do it. Now, this is what Tyson Fury had to say. I'm the last person to blame. I don't have a large entourage. Unlike most champs with butt-licking hangers-on, only people whose movements I couldn't control were sparring partners. I suspect we caught it from one of them. I took the advice from the best doctors in the USA. Everything we did was above board. I stayed isolated for 2 or 3 more days than their maximum recommendation. I took the pictures with the fans because I was so pleased to be out in the sun. Tyson Fury's statement. Now, multitude of ways of looking at this one, and there's quite a bit to talk about, really. Now, as far as him being the last person to blame, I don't know whether or not he's the last person to blame, but can you blame Tyson Fury? So let's just say that he did actually contract this, okay? Now, is he to blame? No, of course not. Because again, what kind of precautions can you really take? Okay, so he's a multi-millionaire in an elite training camp in Las Vegas. So should he be putting more emphasis on those who come in and out of his circle? From one perspective, yes. But at the same time, I mean, as far as his sparring partners, of course, he's blaming, or he suspects it was one of his sparring partners. I don't really know his full sparring partner team. All I know about is Joseph Parker, F.A. Jagba, and Jared Anderson. That's all I know about. I'm sure there's probably more. Of course, you've got Sugar Hill as well, who, of course, is training them, and a couple of others doing the pads and whatever else. So can you control all that? I mean, again, it depends. While Tyson Fury, because obviously he's a Brit, he's in Las Vegas. I believe his family have already come home. I believe, I don't know that. I know they were out there for a little while, but I'm led to believe that they have actually come home. Has Joseph Parker got family out there? We know he does right now, but did he while he was in training camp? F.A. Jagba, Jared Anderson. F.A. Jagba and Jared Anderson were also on the card. So therefore, were they all eating together, training together, sleeping together, all that kind of stuff? Not literally, of course, but as in just keeping within their own little bubble. Maybe. A lot of fighters do. So if F.A. Jagba and Jared Anderson and Joseph Parker, who again, I don't know if his family was with him while he was in training camp, I don't know. But of course, Joseph Parker, he spent many a time in training camps in Las Vegas because of Kevin Barry. Of course, now he's with Andy Lee, but he's still good friends with Kevin Barry. Maybe he's popped over to Kevin Barry's gym, and maybe he was the one who passed it through. But again, a couple of days later, he was out at the UFC event watching the Conor McGregor fight. So there's lots of different things, and it's like the boy who cried wolf. You don't know what to believe and what to believe. But of course, for me, his example of entourage, the fact that he's got a small group of people, whereas other champions have got a large entourage, like say a Anthony Joshua, Floyd Mayweather, etc. I think his comparison is a little way off. The more people you have, the more difficult it is to control. If you've got a small team, it's easy to control. So I think that he's got his examples a little bit mixed up on that one. So what kind of measures can you take to stop people contracting it? Again, if he's not controlling them, if there are no kind of restrictions or anything with them, and people are going in and out of the gym and everything, yes, he is to blame. You have to control your gym. We are in new times. Okay, you can't just let any man and his dog walk in and out of your gym. Okay, of course you can't be tested every single day because that's going overboard. Okay, but at the same time, those who are going out, so maybe Jared Anderson and F.A. Jagba, or maybe one of them, or another sparring partner is local to Las Vegas, so they have friends and family there. Rather than go to the hotel with Tyson Fury and whoever else, they go home to their family. Maybe their wife, their partner, or whoever it may be, a friend has contracted it, pass it to them, and of course it's going to slip through the net, isn't it? You can't always stop it. It's a pandemic. That's what it's called, a pandemic, right? So no, of course, you can't blame Tyson Fury. Certain precautions could have, maybe, have been taken, such as apparently he had the first vaccination, but not the second. Was that a bad move? Maybe. Clearly, he's not against having the vaccination, so why not have the second one? Apparently, according to Bob Arum, he was worried about getting sick. Well, he caught the C19. Now, as far as him taking advice from all the best doctors in the USA, I mean, I doubt that very much. But ultimately, even if he did, and he says that everything was above board and he stayed isolated for 2 or 3 more days. Now, what we do know, again, according to the reports and coming from Top Rank, is that they tested positive on a Thursday. Joseph Parker was out at the UFC event on the Saturday. Tyson Fury was out and about taking pictures with fans or whatever on a Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, maybe even a Thursday. So not even a week, really. Now, I don't know about the self-isolation, what it is in Las Vegas. I mean, here in the UK, it's 10 days. And I know that because on 2 occasions, I've gone to take my son to school and his whole class has been sent home at the gate because somebody in his class tested positive for it on 2 occasions. And we got advised, isolate for 10 days. As far as I'm aware, the rest of the world is a period of 10 days too. Maybe Las Vegas is a period of 2 days. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Okay, so maybe somebody somewhere can tell me. So if he's going to say that he stayed in there isolated for 2 or 3 more days, I doubt it very much, unless the isolation recommendation is 2 or 3 days. Right? If I'm wrong on that one, please somebody point me out. Now, maybe he thinks that everybody's stupid and is just going to believe him because, again, he does lie a lot, and that's unfortunate to say. Whereas most people, we can just listen to what they've got to say and take it at face value without any really kind of second guessing. With Tyson Fury, you always have to second guess, third guess as many times as you possibly can. You've got to double fact check everything with Tyson because he lies so much. Is this another occasion where he lies? Maybe. For me, I believe yes. I don't believe that he caught it. I don't believe it. No, I'm not going to ask him to produce a doctor's certificate or anything like that. Again, because you can get these things forged and that anyway. But the thing is, though, when you lie so much, you don't know what to believe. He could be telling the truth. Maybe he did. Maybe he did follow the guidelines. Maybe he really did catch it. Maybe this is the real reason why the Wilder fight was postponed. For me, I still stand firm that it was ticket sales. That's what I stand firm on. I think that ticket sales weren't going as planned. I know Bob Arum and Frank Warren spoke about $14 million worth of gate receipts. Of course, if you're a huge Tyson Fury fan or a Deontay Wilder fan or whatever it may be, you're going to believe it. But yet you don't believe anything else Bob Arum says, right? But on this one particular occasion, you're going to, right? Because it's in your interest, okay, to defend, to protect your favourite fighter. But for me, I think that they've changed it to October the 9th for more ticket sales. Why? Because there's more chance that Brits are going to travel for October the 9th than what they were for July the 24th. The travel restrictions will be a little bit more east, should we call it. Brits will travel. Brits do go over to foreign countries like America and support their Brits. Tyson Fury has shown that on both occasions with the Deontay Wilder fights. But again, Fury, without the Brits, he can't sell a ticket in a phone booth. Deontay Wilder, even in his own country, he can't sell a bingo hall. Together, they can't do it without the travelling Brits. They need the travelling Brits. That's why I think they've done it. And of course, it's a little bit closer to an Anthony Joshua fight. What's better than to piggyback off Anthony Joshua's name? Check the history for both of them. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Okay? So for me, I think it's all down to that. I don't believe that Tyson Fury had it. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know that for a fact, and it's a shame because, if Anthony Joshua said he caught it, if Dillian White said he caught it, or most other fighters said that they caught it, if Wilder said he caught it, I'm probably more likely to go, okay, fair enough. But with Fury, I have to second guess everything because he's lied so much, especially recently with the whole Anthony Joshua situation. So, yeah, it's very, very difficult to believe anything that he says. But for me, the timelines don't seem right. The excuse doesn't seem right. I can see the ticket sales on the website myself were not going very well. So were they $14 million worth? I don't know. Maybe they've got a lot of high-end VIP tickets that were quite expensive. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is there was a whole bunch of tickets still available. What I do know is Tyson Fury lies a lot. What I do know is that, for me, personally, I don't believe it. Not one little bit do I believe it. But if I'm wrong, I'm fine with being wrong. I'm absolutely fine with it. But anyway, Tyson Fury's excuses, should we call it? Or maybe a Tyson Fury's truth. Who knows? Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.